King, you awake?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was hibernating. It's the off season, but we're back now. So good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, whatever time it is for you right now. Just know that you are locked in to the point with the king. You guys know what to do. Find us Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, thanks Arturs, YouTube, which is hopefully where you're watching us right now. And thank you for supporting our fantastic guest. I know you guys love this guy. He's got my vote for the Toronto's mayor, right? All the way from the East Coast to your home, the coach. Coach. How you doing, buddy? I know you're doing good, and congratulations.
Thank you. Yes, I'm a new dad and pretty pumped about it. I run on 2 or 3 hours of sleep basically, but that's all part of it. It's all good. Basketball season's here now, so who needs sleep?
Exactly. And I look forward to all the great things and all the new things and all our journeys in life, especially yours now that just started. I'm also looking forward to the journey of the Toronto Raptors this 2025-2026 season. Now, coach, there's been a lot of talk around and this and that, and we just saw something as of this recording. Obviously, we have a solidified Raptor starting five, right? But now, where do the cards fall with the other players? Who do you see staying on that bench this coming season?
So this is the first season in a while I've actually been excited for the bench. I think there's some legitimate talent on the bench. I see Grady
Yes.
Dick. Maybe he's probably going to be the sixth man. His preseason numbers so far are really good. I think he's got like a 67% true shooting percentage. He's shooting 44% from three. Brady's offense is definitely going to be needed on this team. CMB, most people know, I was not a big fan of the selection at the time, especially when some other people were on the board. But I always have said he might be the best defender on this team, either by the start of the season or halfway through the season. He moves his feet so well. His anticipation to split the gap and steal the balls is very good.
Yeah,
I like what he brings.
lateral movement
Yeah.
is above average. Way above.
Lateral movements. He's strong. He's a little undersized. That was one of the reasons why. I was worried about his being undersized and his shooting ability for a team that doesn't shoot the basketball very well. But so far in preseason, I like what I see. I think he understands his game, which is also good. So I'm excited to see those two for sure. We'll see with Jacoby. Jacoby's still my favorite prospect on this team, and I think he is the highest plus minus on the team for preseason. I've always been a big fan of Jacoby because I like how he tries to get his offense. Sometimes there are some players on our team I feel could be a bit reserved in trying to get it, but he's not. He's trying to get his. So those three especially, and my favorite offseason acquisition, then that includes the draft, is Sandro Mamukelashvili.
I can't pronounce that name.
It took me 2 months to pronounce it, man. I'm like Jack Armstrong. You got to try, but
Just call him Sandro.
yeah, I call him Mamu. But
I call
this
him
is the
Eston.
first time. This is the first time in a while we've had a stretch big, like legitimate stretch big. No offense to Kelly Olynyk, but this guy is way more. I think he's more of a threat to shoot the three. That's going to be interesting to see this season as he's pairing up with Scotty and Ingram, quite honestly. So I'm glad we finally have a stretch big that I think can play a bit.
What about Battle? Do you think he's going to make?
Oh
the
my
squad?
God, Jamison Battle. Yeah, well, we just got the news today about some of the cuts that have been made, so he's definitely made the squad. I love Jamison Battle. I think he could be the Sam Hauser of the Raptors, like Sam Hauser on the Celtics. But he can never have enough shooting. In Battle, he battle tested from last season, so I'm
No
glad
pun
that
intended.
he's no pun, but I think he's going to he'll make the team, and I hope that he has a little bit of a run in the rotation, especially when someone's hurt, because there's a lot ahead of him right now. We have a lot of shooting guards, and oddly enough, we don't have a ton that can shoot very well, but we have shooting guards.
What about AJ Lawson?
He just got cut today.
Oh, he did? As of this
He did.
recording?
Yeah.
Shoot, I was preparing
As
for
of
this.
this
I didn't
recording.
see that.
Yep. He was on the list too that he got cut. So I was a little shocked by that too, because I thought maybe they keep him, but didn't make it.
Okay, what about
Another one
Mobile?
bites the dust.
What about Mobile?
Uh,
Because
Mobile.
I think there's a lot of potential there at center.
I don't know if I see him in the 10, like I mean, like the next five. I think he's going to be like that 11th or 12th man. I think they're going to really try to put CMB in the rotation. I think he's going to have like come in for Scotty when Scotty needs a break and try to play Scotty's role a little bit as a connector, defender, kind of get your points around the rim. I Jonathan Mobo's got some things to prove this off season, or excuse me, this season. So we'll see what he can do in terms of trying to get into the rotation.
Any other players that you see that are definite for the second unit for the Toronto Raptors, other than Dig, Mobo, CMB?
Yeah, the Jamal Shed will definitely be there because he's the other point guard on the team. I think there's going to be an internal battle between Ochai Abashi and Jacoby Walter because you need another wing player in there. Because you have Shed, you get Grady, you get CMB, you get Mamu, you at least one more spot. It's probably going to be Ochai because they like his defense. And I think he has solidified a role on the second unit in terms of what he can give you. I want to see Jacoby more because I think he's younger, got more upside as well. And I don't think there's a big drop off from the defense between Ochai and Jacoby. And Jacoby's got a better handle. I just think there's more room for upside. And he's got a decent mid range game. So I want to see Jacoby. That's going to be an internal battle, I think, for the first few games of the year to see who's going to get more minutes between the two. I think it's Jacoby, or excuse me, I think it's Ochai, but I want to see Jacoby get those minutes.
Yeah, I want to see Jacoby do it too. What I think is the way the Raptors have solidified this, and you guys, if you've been watching, you can attest to this. I've been saying this we're this far into YouTube. Okay, I can say it. I've been saying this for fucking years. Okay, the Raps, what they need to do is they need to follow the roadmap that they set before the 2019 championship, which is having a solidified starting five and building a bench full of talent that don't mind coming in. And I love the camaraderie, how they keep saying none of the players on the team are selfish, right? And then building the 905 pipeline for within a few years to actually make a go, right, on the Eastern Conference, possibly making to the finals, possibly bringing back the LOB back here, right? I see that because when I look at the starting five, I think that was a great move, one of Masai's last moves, to get Brandon Ingram here to Toronto. Because when you coach to coach, man, we're talking coaching shit here now. You got IQ at the point, right? Solid. You got RJ, solid at the two, right? Who's going to give you a balanced stat line. I know you people like to look at stats, not the eye tests, right? Solid stat line. You got Brandon Ingram, who's a silky smooth scorer, right? And has proven it. You got Scotty being in the background. I know a lot of people have been talking shit about Scotty, and I want to clarify this. Scotty is doing all the things that do not show up on a stat line. Okay? He's doing those little things. Yak, he didn't play this preseason, right? And him and Scotty run great pick and rolls. So your starting five is solidified. The bench looks good. I'm pretty sure the Raptors have like some sort of bittersweet of getting rid of like Chomshay and AJ, like I'm pretty sure it's kind of bittersweet that they kind of didn't want to give them up, but they had no choice, right? Because as per NBA rules, you have to have a solid roster and they have to be signed to certain contracts. And that's fine. I understand that. Sad loss. But from what I see with the Toronto Raptors, the ceiling for potential is pretty high. Now, I want to ask you, Coach, based on what you and I have just said, how many wins do you think the Raptors are going to pull out this 2025-2026 season?
Uh, Last year, I predicted about 30 wins, 29, 30 wins. I was kind of spot on with that. This
Yeah.
year, I have them between 38 and 42.
Woo! Really? Why?
The East actually, the middle of the East got better versus the top of the East. What I mean by that is Orlando and Atlanta got a lot better,
Yep.
and Miami got a lot better, in my opinion. Detroit was good last year. They pushed the Knicks to 6 games, and they could have taken that to 7 games. And they, another bounce went here and there. There's still a few unknowns, in my opinion, with Toronto. I get to see it. I do worry about the defense because they were a 25th ranked defense for 2/3 of the year until March when everybody was tanking. And so you can't really get a judgment of your defense if everyone else you're playing is tanking as well. So I want to see more of that. Now, individually, we are a more talented team. There's without question. Brandon Ingram is probably going to be the number one scoring option. It's been a long time since we've had a scoring option like him. Someone who can just get you a bucket, like on the
2019.
playground.
That was the last time.
Pretty much. Now, I'll give Siakam his credit too, but Siakam just did it in a different way. Ingram's able to get his offense more around the perimeter. I would say it's more. Some might say it's more aesthetically pleasing. Although I thought the way Siakam did it was fine too. But his was his footwork and in the post a lot in the mid range.
Yeah.
So I expect Ingram to be more catch and shoot around the three, but also get his offense in the mid range. I've always been an Ingram fan. The reason that I say 38 to 42 wins as well is Brandon Ingram's got a massive history of being injured. Every year he is hurt. He's only played over 60 games, I think, one time. And that was with the Lakers, I think, way back when. So I am a little concerned about that. If I knew that Ingram was a guy that played 70 games every year, my win total might go up. Might be in the mid 40s, but I have to look at the team. You kind of wonder too. Scotty's had a few bumps and bruises the last couple of years. He was out for quite a bit and quickly. So injuries certainly are part of the game. My main answer to your question, though, is the minimum goal has to be the play-in tournament. You don't make the play-in tournament, you got to do something with this team. You don't go get Brandon Ingram to finish 12th in the East. You have to get in the top 10 and ideally the top 8. And I think top 8 is achievable. Top 6, that means you're that's a high end for me, I guess. But I like to see this team in the top 8.
Hold on, Coach. Got something coming up here. Sorry, I know we're doing this, but I'm in the middle of a call. A call is coming in. What is this?
Like the bat phone.
Wait. Hold on, man. This is something unheard of on To The Point. Right? Somebody's actually calling in. How do they know we're filming?
I don't know.
This is interesting, right? You're on the air. 49 wins. This is one of the only Raptors freak, the lyrical Leviathan Lex, calling in. How did you know we were filming? You just really see the future, huh?
Yeah, you asked me the other day how many games do you think the Raptors will win this season? And I think 49.
Coach, you hear that?
I do.
And the reason why I think that is because overall the Eastern Conference is much weaker this year, and there's going to be a lot of chances to go get some wins against teams.
All right, you guys heard it from the one and only Raptors freak. All right, take it easy, Lex. Peace. Yeah. Well, you know what?
I hope he's right. And I'm wrong. Well, we're gonna have to see because there's many parts of the East. You get a lot of like the top of the East. I have like New York and Cleveland.
What about Indiana?
And Indiana's a question mark for me this year, but Boston also is a question mark. But Boston, but Indiana's got that playoff finals experience, much like the Raptors did in 2020, the year after they won the title and Kawhi left. Indiana's battle tested, so I wouldn't quite put Indiana or count them out because I've seen this before, and they kind of scraped together a good season. So there's a lot of teams just, I think, with similar tiers right now, like Toronto and Miami and Detroit, maybe Milwaukee. Philly, we have no idea. Philly, if Embiid's healthy, they could be top 3 or 4. If he's hurt, which he always is, they might be trying to get a play in. So
I
Philly's
have
the
no
one team
faith
I
in
have no
Philly.
idea. Yeah, I have no
Sorry,
idea
Sharif.
about Philly. I love me some VJ Edgkin, man. Shout out to our guy Beyond.
Oh
That
yeah.
kid's going to be a player. Yeah, he could be good. Great selection by them.
Well, the way I see it is, the way I see it is kind of to go in between you and Lex. I see the Raptors hitting probably about 44 wins this season, right?
Sure.
Since it is tight, I see the potential there because the Eastern Conference, the landscape has totally shifted. Like 2 years ago, what would we be talking about? Orlando, New York, Indiana, Atlanta, up there? No, we'd be talking about Philly, Boston, Milwaukee. That's who we'd be talking about, right? So the landscape has kind of shifted. I don't know if it's an avalanche or something, right? I don't know if it was something like that. Okay, but the Raptors are somewhere in the middle, and I see they can progress. I don't really see them regressing from last year based on what they have available on the court. I really don't see that. And if somebody disagrees with me, fight me. I'll give you my address. Come fight me, right? But I don't see them going back. I see them only progressing with this squad, and there are changes that have been made, especially with front office, as we all know. And can I say it, Coach? Can I drop the bombshell right here?
I guess it's your show.
Well, I'm glad that you're here. I've been saving it for you. I found out from inside sources and people that know Keith Pelly very well that the main reason why Masai was let go was because Ed Rogers, I'm saying this, Ed Rogers was not happy with Masai's attention being paid to Giants of Africa. So some people have called it racism. Call it what you want. Just a fact. And it was out of it. What was the words that I was told? Cost effective to let go of Masai. There would not be a president, which was a lie.
About the cost effective part, that is, because the Leafs got rid of their president. Toronto Raptors no longer have. They didn't even promote Bobby. They said, we're leaving you as the GM, so you almost have like double duties. But again, not every team in the NBA has a GM and a president. Some teams do, but not every team does.
Not every team does. And Toronto really cut it because what I heard. Now this is another one. What I heard was Ed Rogers does not like the fact that the focus here in Toronto is placed on the Raptors and not the Maple Leafs. He did not like that. So it might have been an internal sabotage. Let's just say that. This is just based on my inside sources, people that know people inside, right? That have come back and told me. Okay? It could be real, it could be wrong. I'm just saying what I heard. Okay? A lot of people didn't hear it, and you guys didn't see it on the news. Okay? So that's what I heard. Right. So based on that, Coach, I know you said the Raptors will be about 38 games this year.
Around 500. Let's just call it 500.
Okay. So do you think with coach to coach, do you think with the talent, if the money was put behind and the proper people were put in behind the scenes to help them, do you think they could do better?
Well, they're actually right now, they're in the first luxury tax. They're actually a very expensive team for not being that good. So they're in the first luxury tax. Bobby came out and said, this will not be the roster come the deadline. Someone is getting traded. Someone is being let go because they want to get under that. I'm assuming they don't want to pay into the tax yet. They probably want to wait until they're a proven team. which is fair. I agree. I don't want to be paying the electric tax. I'm a 30-win basketball team. I wouldn't want to either.
Yeah,
But if you start out the year really strong, let's just say you're in the top 5 or 6, you might want to have that conversation with ownership to say, yeah, we got a team here that's pretty good. Let's see if we can keep going with it. So we'll see what happens from there.
Okay, Coach. I just hope they do well this year. I don't care about the money.
Me too.
I don't mind spending $300 on a ticket to be up in the 300.
I hate tanking. It drives me bonkers when I had to hear last year about let's play Jacoby Walter over Chris Boucher when you're on a 6-game winning streak and we just want to see what Jacoby looks like. No, you didn't want to win. You get a message from up above that says stop winning right now. I can't tell you as a coach how much that pisses me off.
Oh, me too. Oh my God! Especially when your hands are tied.
Because it's so unfair to the players who are on the court giving everything they can, and I'll even give the coaching staff too, assuming that they were trying to win the games and they felt like they were at that time, and then out of nowhere against Chicago Bulls, we're just going to sit Chris Boucher, even though he's been one of our best players throughout this winning streak, so we can see more of Jacoby. I love Jacoby, but you didn't have to sit Boucher to see Jacoby. That doesn't make any sense at all. So I'm just tired of that narrative of tank. I can't stand it. You don't go get Brandon Ingram to tank. So I want to see a good team this year.
Is that all you got to say, Coach?
Yeah, just
all you got to say. I see your rant right there. You're turning red, buddy. Whoa.
Hey, there's been some... I just hate the concept of tank because I find it so unfair to the players. It's like your careers, your first year, your second year, your 10th year, your 12th year. It doesn't matter right now. I get it. Every team does it because they want the high draft pick. I get that. But as a competitor myself, as someone who's coached in pretty intense games, high school, college, stuff like that, I can't stand it. I'm here to win.
Exactly. And that's the thing that's getting stripped from them because, let's face it, like I was talking, MLSC, they were business. They're going to make money either way. They don't really care about the product that's on the court or on the ice or on the diamond, right? They don't really care. They'll just, whatever, right?
Well, the thing is, if you're winning, you make money. You make money, ownership's happy.
Exactly. Thank you.
When you tank and people know that you're tanking, you're not going to fill the stadium.
That's when you got to sell tickets for WNBA prices.
Well, it's all kinds of different things. Whether it's last year it's just been the Raptors that have been tanking. The Leafs have been, well, despite what people think, the Leafs have been pretty good regular season team. So, and they always sell it. When the Raptors are good, that's the big money maker actually in this city. It's the Raptors. Yeah. Basketball is the fastest growing sport in Canada and has been for a while. Like, put your investment in basketball across the country. And it's a good move by Larry Tannenbaum to bring in the Toronto Tempo. He saw that. He jumped on it because buying a WNBA team at that time, I think he bought one for $50 million. Buying a team, that's really cheap. Considering NBA teams are billions of dollars. I think the Raptors are worth like $4 or $5 billion.
Yeah, look at the Knicks.
Yeah, and the Tempo will do very well here in Toronto. Very well.
Yes. Only Canadian team. So, Coach, do you have anything
and
left
just
to
basketball.
Say?
Yeah.
Do you have anything left to say before we get out of here? I know you're a busy man, and I know you have mouths to feed, buddy.
No, I'm excited for the season. I want to see how this all looks, and let's just see where this goes. I'm more excited this year than I have been in a little while for the team. Just to see a talent like Brandon Ingram be at it, it makes watching the game more aesthetically pleasing. I'm also excited to see Grady Dick, RJ. So just
so you like
see how all.
I can't help it.
I know you had to say that. Yeah.
I've been holding back all show.
I know. No, it's okay. It's all good. Hey, Grady Dick, if he's shooting threes and he's shooting over 40%, that's cool with me. But I like to see a winning team, certainly again in in Toronto, because when you hear the Americans, a lot of the American analysts, I should say, speak about, well, what's this team doing? Yeah, and I get what they're saying, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? There's still this competitive fire. Like, we want to go and prove that we're not as bad as what you may think. So,
and we know they don't like us up here, but
yeah, it's okay.
Only way we can prove it to them is just by winning. That's all I gotta say.
That's it. Yeah.
All right, Coach.
Win.
Thank you for taking time out of your day and losing sleep for me and for the people out there. You know how much they love you, but I know you got two at home that love you more than us, right? And I'm glad to hear about that, buddy. So, on behalf of myself, all the way from the East Coast to your home, Coach Roach. You got my vote for mayor. And on behalf of our tourist, greatest producer in the world, all I got to say is, guys, get ready. Keep tuned in on To The Point for this season. I got some stuff coming up for you. Been working. I ain't really been sleeping neither, because this is my baby. So, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, and peace.